Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers and sisters, and welcome to the 22nd tafsir clip of this month of Ramadan. Inshallah, in this clip, we're going to be delving into one of the verses of the Quran that has to do with the story of Sulaiman alayhi salam. We know that Sulaiman was given this kingdom and he was in a position where he had power. He had also some supernatural powers that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had granted to him. And so the story of Sulaiman is a very special story. The verse we want to focus on in particular is verse 14 of Surah As-Saba. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is explaining for us those final moments of the life of Sulaiman. And in these moments, the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows how other people found out about the death and the passing of Sulaiman highlights for us, number one, how inevitable death is itself. And number two, how it comes and takes everybody, whether you're poor or you're rich, whether you are strong or you're weak, young or old, death comes and it takes everybody. So the verse of the Quran says this, فَلَمَّا قَضَيْنَا عَلَيْهِ الْمَوْتِ. When Sulaiman's life came to an end finally, مَا دَلَّهُمْ عَلَى مَوْتِهِ إِلَّا دَابَّةُ الْأَرْضِ تَأْكُلُ مِنْ سَأَتَهِ. The Quran says nobody knew actually that Sulaiman had left this world. What happened was he was leaning on his staff, and the ants, they started to eat away because he was there for so long. The ants started to eat away at this staff. فَلَمَّا خَرَّ تَبَيَّنَتِ الْجِنِّ. When finally this staff, they ate away at it enough, where it collapsed. The body of Sulaiman also collapsed on the ground, and this is where the jinn who are working for Sulaiman realize that Sulaiman has left this world. The beautiful point about the verse is what? That Sulaiman, and we know Sulaiman was a prophet of God and he was a wonderful individual. And yet the Quran says even this Sulaiman of ours, who was so wonderful in our eyes, number one, and who was so powerful that the jinn were working for him, and he could understand the language of animals and all the stories that the Quran tells about Sulaiman. Even this Sulaiman who had a kingdom, what happened to him after he left this world and after we wanted to take his soul away? This Sulaiman's body, the moment we took the soul away from it, kharra, it fell on the ground. And this really shows how powerless the human being is. Whether you're rich or you're poor, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, that's the final destination. And when it comes to that point, everyone is hopeless, everyone is powerless, except for the one, as Surah Ibrahim says, إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. Except for the one who comes to Allah with a pure heart. So you and I, if we're granted some beauty, some fame, some wealth, we are not to assume that we are now invincible. No, when the time of death comes and our soul is taken away from us, we also will leave. Hopefully this is a lesson for all of us, inshallah.